you shall have your reward.
The sorceress tried to sleep after her and Lorith's conversation, but the thought of demons rushing the house after spending several days for a place to rest, sleep eluded her for the night. At dawn, she got up to find Lorith outside staring into the distance, as if waiting for something, or someone, to appear. She walked toward him and asked him curiously, "What are you looking for out there past the horizon?" With the last word said, she then tripped over the uprise in the ground she saw last night. However, when looking at it closely, there were symbols at its center. Then she asked, "What is this, Lorith? It looks to be ancient, but its presence in the middle of the town seems important." With a deep breath, he tells her, "Come inside. There's a lot for you to learn, but we haven't much time for me to explain this to you." They walk inside and sit at the table. He serves them up something to eat and begins explaining everything to her. First, that spot on the ground is a portal for you to use to help you with your travels. You've already experienced the vast journey that it was to get here from your village, and to help save time, if you find another waypoint, use it to get back here, or anywhere else that has one. They work off memory of where you were when you stood on them. So to get around, or even to escape danger, remember where you found one of these and you will instantly travel elsewhere. When you talked of the demons appearing from thin air in your town, I wouldn't be surprised if they used one themselves to get there. Some have to be dug up as the storms that pass through often cover them up somewhat, but they could still be used nonetheless, for as long as the world stays standing. As he finishes eating, he goes into his room and pulls out a bag of potions, wraps them, and starts attending to her wounds. She asks him promptly, "If it stays standing, you speak as though everything will be destroyed without warning. Why would this place fall? Those demons I faced are tough, but I know they can be slain." Laura lightly chuckled at her ignorance, then said, "Those demons are the very least of our concerns. It all goes back to the birth of the great conflict, angels and demons fighting to eradicate one another, and to gain control of the most sacred stone, the World Stone. With the possession of the stone, worlds and life could be created, and at times it was controlled by either side to help gain an edge over the other. In this conflict as old as time itself, one angel, Inarius, and demoness Lilith, wanted away from it, and stole the World Stone to create the world we inhabit today. They called it Sanctuary. In this world they created humanity called Nephilim, born of half angel and half demon, whom would have power that surpasses all others prior. Eventually Sanctuary was discovered by angels and demons, and eventually Inarius banished Lilith to the Great Void to never be released so he could drain the Nephilim's power over time without her stopping him, as he feared their potential. He was gifted to her father, Mephisto, for his actions, and since then, we can only imagine the torture he has endured that even for an angel is unbearable. She has remained in the void, waiting for her time to return, to be summoned back to Sanctuary once again to lay waste to all those who resist her in keeping the war out of Sanctuary, even at the price of killing demons much like herself. I've had many dreams that haunt me to this day of her being brought back. I fear them staying just as dreams as fading with Diablo's defeat. Her reign would go without challenge, and the world as we know it would be no more. A strong shiver goes down her spine. With widened eyes, the sorceress questions, and what is stopping her from returning? Who would bring her back from the void? Would she be able to find the World Stone? Lorith replies, she would not find it, as the World Stone has been destroyed for some time. It was destroyed by the archangel named Tyrael. I knew Tyrael for many years, never as an angel, but as a mortal. From the World Stone, other stones were created. Some were sought after for possession to imprison the great evils of hell individually, while one specifically was created to capture all evil, especially the greaters and lessers, and was used in reincarnating the greatest evil of them all. The first three were soul stones, small shards that could fit into the palm of your hand, used to imprison Diablo and his brothers, but eventually were destroyed as they learned to corrupt them to their liking, Baal using his to corrupt the World Stone, causing it to have to be destroyed. The other stone created was called the Black Soul Stone. This stone eventually harnessed the powers of all 7 evils to create the Prime Evil, but after being slain by a Nephilim, the Archangel Malthael took the Black Soul Stone to have it absorb all essence of evil within it, including that within humanity. Watching Malthael slay my brethren was worse than a living nightmare. Blessed to be the light, I was spared because of Tyrael, whom stayed back so I can find the Nephilim to have him slay Malthael. Eventually they fought and Malthael used the Black Soul Stone to increase his power with the use of the evils trapped inside. He too eventually was slain by the Nephilim, and the souls trapped within were free to regenerate in time and continue the wretched war. All that has remained of the stones are the small shards from the World Stone, as its destruction caused it to splinter into countless pieces all over Sanctuary. And while those named previously fought for the Black Soul Stone, the collection of these shards began. One of the eldest members, Decker Kane, found one of these shards and brought it to Tyrael, who then gave it to me to study. Among with many tales Kane told, he is said to have believed that the shard was a fragment of the World Stone, the bloodstone of the first generation of Nephilim, called the Ancient Ones. or trap demon souls. Studying them over the years, and seeing these demons' powers using the shards, I believe that it is understood as all three, also depending on whom imbued themselves with them. With this beast, however, his power has increased drastically, but I have yet to truly understand how. But as he lay here slain, a force far stronger is at hand, and these demons don't tend to attack one another. So when you leave, be careful you don't encounter what killed them. I still have much to study on these shards, and there's more to discuss later. But for now, go out and help those needing your aid. Your blood scent should disappear in a day or so. Kill anything around us. Then head out and find neighboring towns to look for other survivors of these attacks, and learn of anything you can to help rid us of these evils once and for all.